First question will go to Steve Goff. Go ahead, Steve.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Vlatko. Wanted to ask you about Kat and her role in this tournament. It seems like this is a great opportunity for her to really put her stamp on this team, especially with a lot of the veterans away. What are your expectations? Are they bigger expectations now for her going into this tournament?
You know, Steve, for Kat, I don't think this is an opportunity to put a stamp on it, but I think it's a good opportunity for her to grow into the role. Unfortunately, she got injured for the 2 games that we played in Australia. I thought those were going to be very good for her as well. But going forward, every game is going to be good for Kat. Every game is going to be good for her to grow more into her role and to feel to become more comfortable in the environment. So she's doing very well. We're very happy. She's probably the only player that is game ready. If you compare her with the rest of the team on the roster, everybody is still into preseason mode, and she's the only one that is game ready. And it's very obvious when you see her on the field, when you see her in training, that she just looks a little bit sharper with things that I'm pretty sure all the players are gonna get once you get more trainings.
Thanks, Vlatko.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Let's go to Jonathan Tannenwald. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, Vlatko. Hope the weather out there is better than it is here.
It is.
We've seen you play Lindsay Horan at the 6 some. Obviously, Julie is the incumbent at the 6 when she's healthy. Andy Sullivan is do it. We all know that. Who else among this group would you like to see in that position, and might you play in that position some over the next few games?
Yes, so JT, first I have to say we do enjoy the weather here, and I'm pretty sure it's nicer than Philly, correct? Yes. First, we're very happy with the growth of Andy Sullivan in her role as a 6, and there are other players that can fulfill their role if needed. We have Jalen Howell. She's here with us, and she's done well. Morgan Bryan has an experience playing as a 6, and even though she's more of an 8, when needed, she can drop in as a 6 or in a role of a double 6. I think that she's another one that can do a very good job. So we're not worried about it at all. We're actually excited to see how these players are going to do.
And with Howell specifically, maybe you could expand a little more on what you've seen of her so far, and what level you think she's at right now, heading into Louisville and such.
For Jalen, it's good that we're able to bring her in the environment as often as we've had, because I think what she needs is she needs to be in this environment. She needs to be in this system. She needs to be around these players to continue to grow. And most importantly for her is that she gets good minutes in the league, quality minutes, and has good performances. I think that will help her grow, not just in the league. It will help her with her growth on the national team as well.
Thanks.
Thanks, JT. We're in his backyard, so let's go to Kevin Baxter. Go ahead.
Thanks, Aaron. Hey, Vlatko,
Hey.
tell JT the truth. The weather was terrible yesterday. It's nice today, but it was bad yesterday.
Yeah, that is right.
I wanted to ask you, there's been a lot of talk about, obviously, your 4 most veteran forwards are not here in camp. You have 4 young players. Is perhaps the correct way to read that these 4 young players are getting an audition, and you're getting a chance to see what they can do, and this may be the beginning of the changing of the guard?
I mean, the changing of the guard is probably not the right term, but I would say we're in the middle of a process, and the process is refreshing the team. The process is making the team better. Now, if that means that these 4 young players are all ready and able to perform and make this team better, then that's the direction that we're going to take. But if we believe that any of the players that are not here can help us and get better and make this team better, then we're willing to bring 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5. I don't even know how many new players. I mean, ultimately the goal is to make this team team better, and we're going to do it with the players that we believe will give us the best chance to do so.
And as a follow-up, you look at someone like Ashley Hatch. She had her first call-up in 2016. She did really well in Australia, obviously. She's also the oldest of the 4, the 4 newest players. Do you think that helps her, the fact that she has been around the national team a little bit? She had that call-up 6 years ago. She's older now. She's more mature. Because so many of the players that you introduce to the national team, they come in at 18, 19, 20. She's got a little bit more maturity. Does that help her?
I mean, if I understood the question right, is does she has is she a step ahead because more maturity? Yes. Anytime you have a chance to be in this system, gives you an upper hand. It gives you a chance to acclimate a little bit easier or better when you come back. And even though the other ones or some of the other ones where you say have not been here, they have. I mean, I don't know who you're referring to, but you look at all the other forwards from Mallory Pugh, Soph Smith, and Mitch Purse, Lynn Williams, even Kate Macario, if you put her as a forward, they all have some kind of experience, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4 camps. They have some kind of experience. So I don't think there is a disadvantage for anyone, or there is anyone is starting from a little bit behind. The only one that I would say would probably be Trinity Rodman, but Trin is a young player, and she's got a bright future in front of her, and I have no doubt in my mind that she will catch up with understanding and adjusting to the system.
Thanks a lot.
Yep,
Good
thank
luck
you.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Let's stay in the backyard, and we're going to go to Damian Calhoun. Go ahead, Damian.
Hey, Vlatko, how you doing?
Hey, good, Damian.
You brought up Trinity there. I just want to get your thoughts on her and also another SoCal native, Ashley Sanchez. Have you seen them sort of handle the day-to-day of camp so far?
I mean, they're doing good. They're doing very good in the environment, and I have to say that they're learning a lot. They're adjusting very well, and part of the reason is because they are so committed to this process, but also they have some good leaders that are in camp that have been helping them with the process. With someone like Becky Sarban and Kelly O'Hara. Kelly knows them from the Spirit environment, so there's some relationship there, and they lean a lot on her, and she has been doing a tremendous job helping them adjust. So very happy with where they're at and how well they're doing. Bottom line is why it's important to have someone like Becky and Kelly lead them is because when you come in this environment, there's certain standards that we have, and when players like Trin and Sanchez come in, or even all the other young players, when they come in, the standards doesn't change for them. They have to change to meet those standards, or to help us even push those standards to higher levels. And how would they know what the standards are if we don't have someone that has been part of setting those standards, like Kelly and Becky? They've been here for years, and even players like Lindsay and Rose and Elisa. So those are a group of players that they're doing very, very, very good job in maintaining the standards or helping the players adjust to it.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will stay in the Southland and go to Scott French. Go ahead, Frenchie.
Hi, Vlatko. Following up on Damian's question, I'd like to get your thoughts on Trinity and what it is you like most about her, and what are the things that you want to see from her, or the things that you think she will gain most from being in this camp and tournament.
So the thing with Trinity is she's first and foremost very unpredictable player. I mean, it's hard to hard to mark her. She is very creative. We know she's a great athlete, but when you combine that with the creativity that she has, the ability to score goals, get behind the line, and score goals in different manners. She scores goals behind the line. She can eliminate players and score with a shot. She scored a beautiful header in one of the scrimmages that we had in the last camp. So the fact that she has a neck for a goal, I mean, that she's got a feeling to put herself in dangerous situation is what makes her very good. And I think that the fact that she is around these players and players that I mentioned earlier in a previous answer, that know what it takes to be successful on this team, that know what it takes to be successful as a team, that know what it takes to be here, not just to make it here, but to stay here for a long time, is extremely valuable for her.
Thank you, Vlatko.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Let's go to Jason Anderson. Last few for Vlatko here. Go ahead, Jason.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, Vlatko. Thanks for speaking with us. I just wanted to follow up on your answer to Steve right at the top about Katerina Macario being in better, game fitness due to playing at Lyon. Where's the rest of the group at in terms of getting through these 3 games in such a short period of time?
So first, we're happy where they're at this stage of the season or preseason, but we got to keep in mind that we only had a camp for 10 days. And then they had a week off, and they started their preseason in their markets for a week, and now they have to play 3 games. So none of these players is ready for 3 90-minute games. I don't think, maybe very few are ready for 2 90-minute games based on the testings that we did. So needless to say, there'll be lots of rotation, which it's actually good at this point in time because we do have players that we want to see anyways. But also we're going to have to be careful to manage these players or manage the minutes of these players because of, like I said, the stage of the season that they're at and the fitness levels that they have achieved. Where on the other side, Kate Macario is in the middle of the season. She plays games on a regular basis. Right before she got here, she played a 90-minute game. She played 73 minutes before that. So, that's the difference. She's in game fitness, and all the other ones are building game fitness.
Great, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Last one for Vlatko goes to, before we get to Kat, goes to Jackie Gutierrez. Go ahead, Jackie.
Thanks, Aaron. Hey, Vlatko.
Hey.
I know you mentioned, talking about Kat's fitness and with her being a bit sharper. But as you're just training with the players, is there anything that you're hoping to sharpen as a whole for this tournament, whether that's just in their physicality or any tactics on the pitch that you're looking at?
Yes, every time we go into a camp, we have objectives. Every time we go into a game, we have objectives. And for this camp, one of the things that we wanted to do is strengthen or work on strengthening some of the relationships. Certain players will play together. I want to say, you're going to see Tierna and Alana play a little bit together. You're going to see Kat playing together with Rose on the field, or with we're going to see Soph and Mel on the field together with Kat. So there'll be certain players that will go on the field together, or at times leave the field in the same time. And part of the reason why is because these are players that we believe that need to spend time together so they can strengthen their relationship. That we believe that, or we've seen some things on trainings that make us believe that if this relationship get stronger and they get to know each other better, that will be very important for the success of this team. So that's one of the objectives that we want to achieve in this camp.
Definitely. Thanks so much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks, Jackie. And we'll let Vlatko go. Vlatko, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.